Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Too Much Hair and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys another sewing technique, and I want to educate you a little bit about seborrheic dermatitis. This is a skin disease that my client is currently experiencing. It is a condition that is similar to cradle cap. It's where you develop white, scaly, flaky patches on your scalp. Sometimes your scalp can be red. Um, a lot of these YouTube videos that I've seen where people are talking about how disgusting someone's hair is under a sew-in when they take it out, a lot of times, yeah, that is neglect from the client. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes the client can be masking a very embarrassing skin disease that unfortunately has no cure. So my client here, she developed her dermatitis about 6 years ago, and she said when she first started coming to me, she said she was very self-conscious about coming to other salons. Oh, right here, let me show you real quick. I like to pull these through on the sides by the ears. I know you've seen this before. This is a pulling tool just from Amazon, Google. I'll probably have it on my Amazon page. And it keeps the sides right there from you having to add the hair into the braided hair to create bulk. So now you can just hide those tail pieces underneath. All right, so she came to me. Her daughter referred her because her daughter was in my chair and saw someone that I was servicing with scalp conditions. Well, let me tell you that real quick. I love picking shit. Okay, I like to do pedicures. I like to scratch up dandruff. I watch Dr. Pimple Popper, like all of that. I love it for some reason. I don't know. The more disgusting, the better. But I don't like gore. Like I can't watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want somebody to get just beat up in my face. I can't see that. My heart can't take it. Anyway, okay, coming back to this. So she came and, we did a scalp analysis. And before I service a client that has an issue, I always have to get them to get a consent form from a dermatologist. I'm not a dermatologist, and you can see things often as a stylist, and you kind of understand what they are when you see them on site, but we don't have the legal jurisdiction to diagnose anything. It's actually against the law for us to even treat a scalp condition. So she went to the dermatologist, and they came back with the diagnosis of seborrheic dermatitis, and it affects the hairline, the nape of the neck, the scalp, and some people actually get it over their whole body. Seborrheic dermatitis flares happen most in the cold months, when the weather is dry and when it's cold, and can also be caused by stress. So this particular client had started a new job. She was in a management position, and it was just getting out of hand. So she came to me, at her wit's end, and she was kind of stressed out, a little depressed about it. And I just gave her a big hug and told her, you don't have to worry about anything. So I looked into her scalp, and like I said, I like to pick, and she had a lot of stuff to pick. So I got in there and I started, removing it from her scalp. A lot of stylists have been shampooing it without actually removing it completely from her scalp. So thanks to the Kirk Products pre-cleanse system, I was able to spray the pre-cleanse on, do a thorough shampoo and conditioner, and go back behind it with the scalp soother that prevented some bacterial growth. But understand, this isn't the growth that causes dandruff. This is a different type of bacteria. Now, she does have medicine. I can't remember the name of the medicine. I tried to look it up in our emails because she sent me a picture of it, but maybe I'll put it in the description box underneath when I kind of research it a little bit more. But when we braid it up, we spray it between the part lines, and that helps a lot. She said that definitely helps her flare-ups, and I can tell because when she comes back, I don't have as much to pick. Now that's bittersweet to me because she's one of my only clients that has this issue that's that bad. So when she's not flared up, it's kind of like yay, but then I'm like, oh, whatever. Anyway, so this hair that she has right now, Attractive Hair Company, it was already pre-curled, and I did some brown thread around some of the sides in the back because I'm not the one that takes this sewing out most of the time, so I don't like to for other people to kind of get caught up and accidentally cut their hair when they're taking these braids out. So right here, I want to make sure that the band around that I'm putting this on isn't close to the hairline, well, to the braid line, because sometimes when you braid that band, when you sew that band onto the braid and into the sew-in, when you cut it out around the edges, it still keeps like a little thick piece of the band back there. Okay, so we're going to start with the classic U. This is going to be pretty fast. And we're just going to build up her nape all up into her ears. And again, I use one long piece of thread. I don't cut it when I get to the corners. I just flip the corners over and I keep sewing. This reduces shedding, and it also prolongs your thread. Like, you get to keep your, not really prolong your thread, you know, you don't waste thread by cutting all the pieces off when you get to a corner every time. It also helps me with my speed. I don't have to keep stopping. So right now I'm going over the ears, finally. Hope you can see this. And when I get to the corner of flip, that's when I do my over and under method to tuck the track underneath the braid right there. I'm going to show you detailed when I get to the top. Is it on this one? I don't know. It might be on another video. But I remember doing something on top showing you what I'm doing. I love this hair, honestly, but what I saw that I didn't actually, well, if I could find a fault in the hair, I could say that it had true weight, which means that there wasn't any like really short pieces within the bundles. All of them stopped pretty much at the 12-inch that she bought. So I didn't have like a lot of little bitty pieces in, and those little pieces sometimes come in handy to a stylist because they create movement and they create body. So with all of this hair being the same length, it just weighed it down and it had it looking really, really heavy. So that's a good thing that this hair was absolutely amazing and had a lot of long pieces in it as opposed to more short pieces in it. But when I get through sewing it up, I'm going to go in and use my Kirk Products Texturize and Shear. And I'm going to texturize the crap out of this hair to remove some of that bulk. Alright, so I'm just building up the sides now. And I'm turning the ends up toward the face. When I get to the front, I don't over direct them too much. I just kind of keep them, maybe I'll go like a half an inch above the previous track. And then I'll come back, so when she flips the hair back, it's not over directed too much. You know, she can still clip it back or put a braid right there and you won't see a hump at all. So now I'm getting to the top, and this is looking like one of the second to last braid. So on the last braid, I like to sew on the same braid twice. So I'll sew underneath the braid, and then when I'm getting ready to close it off closer to the part line and the leave out, also on top of the braid. That way I'm not putting two tracks sewn together, which is going to create a little bulky situation. It lays a lot flatter and you absolutely do not see the braid at all. So this is what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and sew underneath the braid. And I had my coworker video, and I thought she would have kind of cleared this image up, but she didn't really know how to work the camera, so I guess that's my fault. So I'm getting here and I'm about to flip, but when I flip, this is what I like to do. Take a razor blade, and since the tracks are double wefted, take one of those wefts out. You know, it lays so much flatter. I feel like Oprah when I say it like that. But it lays a lot flatter, and you can't see this, and you can't see the lump. Now, I probably should have brought it into the other track a little bit more, but you won't be able to see it. And so now I'm sewing on top on the other side of the braid. And this is what I mean when I say it lays super flat. You get double coverage on that one braid, and you don't have to worry about it lumping, humping, or bulking up. Now, some styles, they do want that hump right there. They want their bang to go up and then down. And I'll put maybe 3 tracks right there if I have to. Well, I'll double up like 3. So it'll be a total of 6 in that crown area. But that's what they want. They want that bulk. And you know, you got to give your clients what they want. So, yeah, I'm going to close this off. Let me get back to my client. So she does have her medicine, and she shampoos her hair every single week, sometimes twice a week. That's why she wanted to go with more of the pre-curled hair. Now with this seborrheic dermatitis, it's actually, how should I say it, similar to overactive sebaceous oil glands. You know, your scalp secretes oil naturally. That's what it does. and that's how you keep your scalp and your hair lubricated. But sometimes you can have a situation where you can have where it over secretes, and that just builds up on the scalp, and after a while it gets hard. A lot of us think we have dandruff, dry scalp, but no, some of us have actually overactive sebaceous oil glands, and that's why you need to get that checked out by a dermatologist, because I don't want to be treating dandruff if it's not dandruff. You know, those are two different all right, so I'm gonna end it here, and I'm gonna thank everybody for watching, and just kind of like staying true to being a true subscriber to my channel. I really appreciate everybody. Take the time out to follow me on all my social media sites if you can, and if you like this video and you like more videos like this where I kind of describe something that's actually not really happening in the video, just let me know that too. Or if you don't like it, then I won't do it anymore. So you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.